Hi, Year 6 parents, it's Miss Shah. Miss McColgan and I would just like to share some information with you about the year ahead.
We just wanted to first of all let you know which adults are going to be working in year six this year. So it'll be myself, Miss McColgan, and I will be teaching the English and the humanities subjects. And then Miss Shah will be teaching the maths and the science subjects. And the two teaching assistants we will have in the classroom with us this year are Mrs. Povey and Mr. Koenig.
So just a few reminders. Could you please make sure that children's belongings have their names on them, especially now that they're all bringing in their own water bottles, also their lunch boxes, their bags, their PE kits, and their uniforms. So jumpers is a key one because often they go missing. So please just make sure that their names are on. So because of the way things are at the minute, we won't be having any trips for this half term, family learning as we normally do, but we will be doing things virtually, just like we are for this. So 2 dates to save in your diary. Parent evening will be on the 14th and 15th of October, and we will tell you more about it nearer the time. So if you get yourself onto the school app, you'll be able to book your timings on there. Please keep checking Facebook and Twitter because Mrs. Collymore is always updating you on there with videos and messages. And the app for the school, there's a login at the bottom there. So if you just download the app from the School Gateway app online, you'll be able to get all the communication through there.
So the year six curriculum. We are going to spend most of the autumn term just kind of going over and revising lots of the key skills that they would have learned throughout all of Key Stage 2 so far. And the Year 6 curriculum, it mainly focuses on the understanding rather than the coverage. So there are some new things that they will be learning, but most of the year will just be deepening their understanding of previously taught units of work. It is more challenging. In maths, there's more of a focus on number and written calculation. And in writing, we're focusing more on grammar, spelling, and the use of standard English.
Okay, so in terms of assessment this year, the children no longer receive levels, but we do have an expected standard in every year group. So in year 6, reading is assessed through a test at the end of the year. That tests fluency and their understanding through a comprehension task. In maths, we test them through written arithmetic, problem solving, and reasoning problems. And then there's a grammar test and a spelling test as well. The grammar in year 6 can be quite challenging because there's lots of new technical terms that the children have to be aware of. But Ms. McColgan will be working with the children during grammar meetings and at the start of lessons to make sure that they're getting that continuous practice. And in writing, there is no test because the children's work is assessed over the year, and then a final judgment is given at the end.
Okay, so home learning, I'm sure you're aware already, it is slightly different this term. However, it is an ongoing process that teachers and Mrs. Collymore, Mrs. Redrick and Mrs. Evans were all reassessing it to just see how it can be improved as we go on. But currently, our homework will be for maths, a weekly task will be set on a Monday on Mathletics, and that's to be completed by the weekend. Then every Friday, 20 spelling words will be given out to learn every day and practice every day for a test on Thursday. And then the most important one for this term, definitely, because it's the one that's going to be every single day, for 20 minutes of reading, preferably to read out loud. They should all have a reading record and they need to have at least 5 entries, which just needs to be the page numbers that they've read, and it has to be signed by an adult.
Okay, so for home learning, we will, as mentioned before, there's Mathletics, there's a subscription that the school has. So the children will be getting their logins by the end of this week, and the tasks will be set from next week onwards. So please encourage them to log in and get their activities completed. Also, Times Table Rockstars, as always, there's no homework on there as such, but the children should be going on there anyway to practice their timetables, and there are games on there that they really enjoy. So please make sure they're doing that as well. Story maps go home unit so that they can learn the story, and then we send home poems and classes and the children need to know.
Okay, so we are still doing Superstars this term. Obviously, Superstar Assembly will be a little bit different as it will be in class. But we are still allowing the children to earn their badge this term. So it's still making sure that our homework is in. So we will be checking that the reading records have been signed. Michelle will be checking the mathletics work's been completed. And again, just checking in on spelling test scores. Attitude, making sure that it's not just their attitude to the staff in the school, but also to their learning. So focusing on integrity and resilience. Punctuality, yes, they need to be at school on time, but also it's about them being ready for their learning on time. So when the bell goes, are they lined up? When they come into class, are they starting a conversation, or are they sitting down ready waiting for the instruction or getting on with what has been set on the board? Participation, still joining in even if you find something really challenging. And the one that year 6 do find the hardest, which is yourself. So they just need to worry about the choices that they're making and try their best not to get involved in any other dramas that are happening and worrying about what other people are doing. So they just have to worry about themselves, but also as well remembering that their uniform needs to be presentable as well. So shirts tucked in, no trainers and ties, school jumpers, and having the right PE kit as well. Also, just a little reminder that attendance is really important. So we would like to have 96% attendance or more for every week.
Okay, so also, as always, we have our Confident Voice Society Club and our 144 clubs. So for the Confident Voice, we're looking for children to be using a confident, clear voice when they're speaking in class, in assembly, anytime that they're required to speak out loud, they should be doing so confidently in full sentences in standard English. So once teachers feel that that's happening consistently, they will then reward the child with a confidence badge. Similarly for 144 Club, the children do a test at least once a week in their classroom. They manage to get all the questions done in 44 seconds. Quite tricky, but they manage to do it through lots of practice. They then get their 144 badge. Now, there are online tests for practice on the school website, so the children can be practicing with those at home, or they could ask their teacher for extra sheets to practice if they're really keen on getting.
Okay, so PE is on a Wednesday and it is in school. There was some confusion about whether it was going to be swimming this term, but that will be later on in the year. So PE on a Wednesday in school. The most important thing to remember about PE that's different is that the children come to school in their PE kit and they go home in their PE kit. So they don't need to bring any change of clothes with them, because they will just come to school in their PE kit and leave. So please don't send them in with their uniform to get changed into afterwards, because they won't use it. Just a reminder about PE kits. So it needs to be plain white t-shirts. If it's indoor PE, then a plain navy shorts and black plimsolls. If it's outdoor PE, then plain white t-shirt, plain navy tracksuit bottoms, trainers, and a sweatshirt or a hoodie with again plain as well. So just making sure there's no really bright colours or huge logos on the uniform. There is also a school uniform that you can order if you're struggling to find anything in shops.
Okay, so some more important information and some dates for you to save. So the Wandsworth tests are tests that are required. So every school in Wandsworth is usually given these tests, and the year 6s are required to sit them. Now, actually look at the results of these tests. So if your child is not, if you're not planning to send your child to a school that is one of them, then you don't need to worry too much. But every child will be asked. They normally happen in December. We will send you a short video about that, and also about secondary cancer. But just so you know, the tests are happening in December, and we do normally give the children a little practice, just so they're familiar with the kind of questions that they'll come up with. SATs are still happening in May next year, so the dates are on there. So starting Monday the 10th, and they finish on Thursday the 1st. we will be doing everything we can in school to go through the curriculum slowly and steadily to get the
Okay, finally, just if you have any questions at all, please just catch either of us or Mrs. Kobe or Mr. Koenig on the playground. You can catch us in the morning for lessons or at the end of the day. And failing that, if you really, really need to get in touch, please just call the school and the office can come down and grab us from the classroom, speak to you, or send an email to the admin team, and that will get forwarded on to us for us to respond to. And we hope to see you all soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.